Welcome one and all to the Stage Select Video Game Podcast. I'm Julian Titus.
I'm Justin Ham. I'm also here.
Yes, Justin is also here. Figured we would do this as kind of our 0 episode, just a quick little overview of who we are, where we come from, why we're doing this, and what we kind of hope to do with this here new podcast. Between the two of us, Justin and I have a combined total of over 16 years of podcast experience.
We do? That's crazy.
We do.
I believe it.
I was the host of the Nerds Without Pants video game podcast for 11 years and a previous show for a year before that.
Yeah.
Justin, you were my co-host for over 4 of those years.
At least 4, yeah. Something like that.
Like 4 and almost 5.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 other shows that you've done for, a couple years each.
That's true. Yes.
That adds up.
Yeah, it adds up.
It adds up quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think for me, the thing to know about this show going into it, and I really want to get this across, is that we love video games and we love podcasting.
Yes, that's true.
I think it's fair to say that neither of us have ever had, we've been gaming our whole lives, and we neither of us have had that pretty common, well, I kind of stopped playing games for 6 or 7 years, after college type of thing. No, we've pretty much just been on the tippy top of paying attention to this stuff the whole time.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
I'm hoping that this show is a good counter to a lot of the jaded mentality that you get from a lot of other gamers our age, or just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that we're not going to let you know when we don't like a game, but we tend to just really love everything about games and really get jazzed about talking to them.
Yeah.
Or talking.
Well, we love
talking to video games.
We talk to them. We talk to video games.
Yeah. Just Alan Wake 2, you're just so wonderful.
I do that all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
I believe that, actually.
Yeah, I do have conversations with characters in video games out loud. I've done that before.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, there you go. Yeah, and then as far as podcasting goes, we are rabid consumers of podcasts. We both listen to a lot of shows.
Yep.
We gravitate towards longer shows. And as such, our shows tend to be longer. Although with this one being a weekly show, we'll probably end up being shorter than our previous endeavor, which at Nerds Without Pants, which could routinely get past 4 hours. But
yeah, it was usually about 3. Something like that.
But could get there was a nice long stretch there where it was well over 4 for a while.
Don't get me wrong, it definitely could.
Yes.
But yeah, when we kind of went weekly, and then it settled on 3. But hopefully, I'm hoping this one will be a little bit shorter most of the time. But who knows?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, we'll probably be shooting for right around 2. Mm-hmm. I can see a few episodes going under that simply because, if we're each playing the one big game and that's all we have to talk about, then that's all we have to talk about. But of course, we're hoping for this to be a video game variety show, which means that there's hopefully going to be all sorts of silly things interspersed throughout the episode as well.
Yep.
We have some characters that we're workshopping that will show up here and there.
Yeah.
Hoping to throw in some fake ads that we produce here and there. We did that for a special episode of our old show and really had a lot of fun doing that. And those are things that we can kind of just come up with throughout the year and then just kind of pepper them in randomly into episodes. So that'll be a lot of fun. And what I'm hoping to do, it was Justin that came up with kind of the idea of the format. And I've been really inspired by it. And I was a huge fan of shows like Laugh-In, and you can't do that on television as a kid. Mm. And so I'm hoping to do some zany stuff like having some of our podcast friends just record dumb little bits that just pop up for a blink and you miss it type of thing, right? And if we get to a certain level, I would love to have a musical guest once in a while. I don't know how that works in a podcast format.
Right.
But it's something that I would still be interested in doing.
Well, we can always book the Quad City DJs. It's possible.
Yes. If the Patreon is successful enough and we can afford to book the Quad City DJs, we will definitely be booking the Quad City DJs.
What we'll do.
Yes. I'm sure they have lots to talk about with video games.
Yeah. I'm gonna pitch my other podcast to them.
Yes,
it's gonna work out. It's gonna go swimmingly.
But yeah, we're really excited to do this. We were on a show that was a lot of fun to work on, but was extremely limited in what we could actually realistically do with it, both because it technically wasn't ours, and also because there were like technical limitations out of our control that stopped us from being able to like keep it on the Apple Podcast platform, which is slightly important if you want to operate a podcast.
A little bit, yeah. It's sadly Apple has control over a lot of that stuff. But yeah,
it does. So hopefully this list will give us a lot more input on. Well, I know it'll give us that, but hopefully it will allow us to grow this show in a way that we couldn't grow our older show, and see what we can do. I have always loved our rapport, and I think that we did a really awesome show. And even though neither of us really are looking to be internet famous or anything like that, I think we would both like the show to reach more ears than what the old show did.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a Patreon, and it'd be nice to cover the cost of hosting and maybe some of the games that we talk about, like that would be sweet. We're not shooting for the moon here, folks.
No.
Like we're realistic. We just want to have fun with this. It is always going to be a very hobbyist podcast. It is a hobby grade podcast.
That's what we shoot for. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much it, right?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Look to this space. We don't have the social set up yet. We don't have the Patreon set up yet. We're recording this before we even announce the creation of the show, simply to kind of get the ball rolling on the back end and see what it entails to get the show published and all of that good stuff. We're still waiting on music and logo art and all of that.
Right.
But look to this space. You can find us on Twitter right now. I'm at Julian_Titus. Justin?
I'm at Tyrone_Swift.
Yes, and I'm also on Blue Sky at Julian Titus, and look for us on those formats and for more announcements, and then hopefully an actual show social to announce at a later date, as well as a Patreon and all of that. They're good stuff. But also this will be a show, unlike the other show, where we will definitely need a lot more listener help. So definitely help spread the word. If you liked what we did on Nerds Without Pants, consider sharing this show with people that you think might be into it.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping with this show to have it be even more inclusive than the last show. I'm hoping that the humor part of it will be humorous enough that even if you don't know beans about the games we're talking about, that there will still be like some stuff to entertain you.
Right.
So look forward to that. We're excited to go on this new journey with you and see what we can do and see what's out there.
Yeah.
But for now, thanks for listening to this little rambling introduction, and we will see you soon. I'll say, I think probably by March of 2024, we should be out. But if you don't see another episode, by then definitely check us on socials and see what we're up to, and we'll go from there. But
for sure.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you later.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.